And we are live.
Hello and welcome. We're the Untold Stories Project, and thank you for joining us this evening for episode 2 of Echoes of the Threshold, our limited series using Cthulhu and Awakens RPG that's powered by the Adventure Game Engine, which uses 3d6 and is you add your ability and the dice roll and convert it against the target number to see if you meet or beat the target number to succeed. When you succeed and you roll doubles, you can trigger things called stunts, and we'll go into stunt points and how they're used when they come up in the game. I do have a quick few shout outs I'd like to say before we jump into meeting the cast. First off, shout out to Roll20. Our team is currently using Roll20 to play. We're all across the country, so we're all able to play because of virtual tabletop, which is cool. We are also a shout out to our friends over at Norse Foundry who are supporting us and giving our fans 10% off when you use the code with USP Norse on their store. And lastly, and definitely not least, a shout out to our friends over at Green Wing Publishing for making Cthulhu Awakens, which is what we're streaming tonight. So I did want to note that we are, while I strive to keep my games PG-13, and it is a Cthulhu Awakens game, which is a horror RPG. So viewer discretion is advised if that's not your jam. We definitely have lots of other cool things on our channel you can watch. And for my players in the game, we do have a go-to in the game built-in safety tool, which is the safety deck, which is available on Roll20 by default in any other games. So by all means, you can use that at any point if we go into an area that you're uncomfortable with. With the housekeeping done, let's go ahead and jump into introductions. My name is Jonesy, and I'm the Game Master. Joining me are my 4 amazing players. So let's go ahead and meet them. And so if you players, if you'd like to tell everyone who you are, who you're playing, and answer my question of the day, which is, if our game had been a TV show or movie, what song would you put on the soundtrack? And I'm going to go ahead and start with Calvin tonight.
All right. Hey, everyone. I'm Calvin. You can find me here and in various other games and stuff on here, as well as stuff over on the Dice channel. And to answer the question of the day, I guess I should. Do we want to introduce our characters as well?
Sure.
Okay. My character is Tara Poole, an aspiring writer who is studying journalism currently at the Armitage Preparatory Academy. And if I had to pick a song for the soundtrack, I'm going to go with something that is, I think, probably an obvious inspiration for the character, because I think I had mentioned it before. But I'm borrowing something from the Alan Wake 2 soundtrack, specifically the song "Lost at Sea," because it's about someone sinking into dreams and questioning the reality of them, questioning what's being reflected back at them, what they're bringing into this dream space, and what's waiting for them in these sort of waves that they're sinking under. It plays on a lot of themes in the game itself, but this one, it's like more specifically sees it as a dream metaphor. And there's certain stuff that's related to this character that hasn't so specifically come up yet, but that may hint at certain things that Tara has going on. And with that answer, I will pass it over to the next person in the top row, Deuce.
Howdy, everybody. I'm the Deuce. I am the Scholastic to Kevin's Pearson of School Textbook Publishers of the Untold Stories Project. I'm playing Nicholas England, our resident Shutterbug, who sees so many great things that he tries to capture, but it seems his camera may not be as quick as his eye. And to answer our question of the day, I would absolutely add the seminal hit from No Doubt to our soundtrack, Spiderwebs, for reasons that I sincerely hope I'm horribly wrong about, but don't feel that I am. So yeah, we'll see how that plays out. And with those answers, we'll go down to the most athletic and the one who's going to drag us kicking and screaming through doing this, Wiki.
I'm Wiki. I was not expecting that completely incorrect introduction. I'm Wiki. I live here. I play D, also known as Darlington Morris the Sixth, our resident varsity soccer player who really has absolutely no idea, A, how these are his friends, and B, why in the hell we're even looking into this. But he's gonna, do whatever because he's also not super smart. As for adding something to the soundtrack, it would probably be 300 Violin Orchestra or something from the 1995 Gregorian chant album. Anything from that album probably would be fine. Which means I guess I gotta pass it along to Brian.
Oh, hey everybody, my name's Brian. I'm playing Tobias today, who's a bit of an edgelord looking for his mother. If I could add a soundtrack to this, I think I would go with Blue Oyster Cult, Baby Don't Fear the Reaper, like during a prom scene where we're trying to find somebody who's going to get abducted for a ritual, and then we're just frantically around, and then they get abducted and killed anyway.
Good pick.
That's-
Good pick.
Love it. Awesome. Those are all great additions, and I may or may not be building a playlist, so I may have had ulterior motives to for that. And just so I can throw mine out there, just so the players will know, just not that I'm foreshadowing anything, but I would add Murder by Numbers by the Police. So, and with that, quick recap of what's going on so far. What happened in episode one? We met our students. They arrived as freshmen to Armitage Preparatory Academy, which is in the misty city of Kingsport in the New England coast. It is 2024, and it's fall of that year, and they are starting to acclimate. They've been on campus for a little over a month at this point, and one of their classmates had gone missing. Upon doing some more digging, they disappeared in the middle of the night and left the door wide open to their dormitory room and has since vanished. Since then, the players have become nosy, and the characters have become nosy as well, and have started poking around to see who this person was and where they went. And so they have uncovered that the missing girl's name is Betsy. Her roommate has been relocated to one of the other dormitories, and they managed to sneak through her stuff and collect a bunch of possible clues by going through her journals and finding the ominous note that this has happened before, this will happen again. And we pick up a couple days later. They've been slowly sorting through clues, and it's the middle of the week. It is late at night, and we find the players and the characters. We find the characters now in bed asleep. It is Tuesday evening, Wednesday morning-ish, depending on your point of view when the day begins, if it's before or after sunrise. We find them fast asleep. We're going to start with Wiki, her character. So we find your character fitfully, restlessly sleeping. You're having you're currently dreaming about a game. You're playing soccer. You guys are down 5 points, and everyone seems to be running with like their feet tied behind their backs. They're tripping and falling everywhere, and the ball, as you run towards it, it just kind of, the grass grows farther and the field goes longer. It's just constantly out of reach, just frustrating you. And you wake up to hear screaming. You look around, and your roommate is zonked out, snoring up a storm. You heard a couple screams from down the hall.
Is the screaming still happening?
Nope. It was Ah! And stopped.
Do I feel like it was real or was it still part of my dream? Was it me screaming at the prospect of being down 5 points in a soccer game? Because I feel like,
That's dream-worthy.
yeah, yes. uh, does it feel like it was what woke me up, or
It feels. Yeah, it feels like it possibly.
uh, I will gather myself enough to crawl out of bed and go peek out into the hallway with my little slippers and my little rich guy house coat. Just waddle out into the hallway, look around for anything weird.
As you look around the hallway, it sounds really quiet. You don't hear sounds of anyone else moving around.
Nope, and I'm gonna go back to bed.
Cool. Meanwhile, in one of the other dormitories, we find um, Calvin. We find your character fast asleep. In your dreams, you are in one of the classrooms. It's dark out. It's nighttime. The only lights are coming off of the monitors. And as you're looking around, all the monitors are all the old school fat CRT monitors with just the black and the green text glowing on them.
Is there anything recognizable or legible in this text?
It's just the flashing cursor, and a couple of them have like just looks like a boot up menu or something because it's just a bunch of code.
I guess Tara isn't sure. Well, would she recognize that she's in a dream at this moment, or because she probably isn't sure how she got here, so she might see if she can leave this room.
Go ahead and make me an intelligence check, and you can use occultism if you've got a bonus for that. I believe you do.
I don't have occult. Well, I do have Dreamlands, which falls under occultism. So
Yeah, because you have the Dreamlands expertise, you get +3 instead of +2 to your so.
So if the focus is +3, then that would be a total of 14, but with no stun points.
And yeah, you think you're pretty positive you're in a dream.
So for a moment, she looks around and almost feels a bit disappointed that her dream feels so. It's just a regular classroom on what feels like a regular day with these boxy old computers that don't even seem to be working. So she is going to attempt to leave the classroom and see if she can't notice something a bit more interesting while she's here. Or at the very least, something more entertaining than just this.
Certainly. Cool. Yeah, you're able to, you look around, you're able, okay, I'm gonna go explore some. And you head out into the hallway. It looks like most of the lights are out. It looks like only the emergency lighting or the default lighting, which is like the every 10th light bulb is lit. And as you're making your way down, you make your way down the hallway, making your way down. It's a tile hallway. There's some lockers and stuff on the sides of the hall. And at the far end is the big metal double doors that you push open with the little fire exit kind of escape. And one of them, boom, boom.
Oh, from the other side of the.
It seems something seems to be banging the door. Yep.
Oh. She is going to. No idea what's on the other side of that door. She's gonna try to hide. Are any of these lockers like openable? Could she squeeze into one, or are they too small for that?
No, you can squeeze into one of them.
Okay. If something's banging on the door, she's just gonna hide in the first place she can find, which is one of these lockers.
So yeah, you're fumbling over and you pull it up the little handle. You hear the snap and click of it opening, and you're able to step inside. There's surprisingly nothing in this locker. So and it's one of the tall ones, so you're able to get into it.
Even better.
And after a few seconds of just quiet, you hear slam of metal, and you hear someone running on the floor. The footprints of wet sneakers slapping on the floor. And as you look out, you can kind of if you get on your tiptoes, you can kind of see through the little tiny little slat grates at the top. And so it's very obscure, but you can kind of get you can see some movement and stuff. And you see someone probably closer to your height kind of run by, which makes it harder to see. But then you see you can see like the shoulders of someone else walking by, and they're holding up looks like a fire axe.
Oh no.
And you come out, wherever you are.
She's just gonna put her hands over her mouth to keep from like breathing too loudly.
I know who that is. If you took notes, you'd know too.
Come out, wherever you are.
She's now wishing she had stayed in the computer room.
And a few minutes later, you hear a smash of glass, and you hear no, and you hear screaming and motion. It looks like some sort of sounds like some sort of altercation is happening, and the crash of plastic and metal and glass, and several short screams, and a thwack, thwack, thwack sound. And it goes quiet.
She's like trying her best to like lean, trying to see anything further down the hall, which I imagine is not going to. I don't think she's gonna have much visibility. Is there any noise after that, or does it just go completely quiet?
For a few minutes, it goes completely quiet. And then you hear the squishing you hear a slight squishing sound of like wet sneakers or something. As a shadow walks past the locker and heads back down the hallway from where it came.
Up there.
And she will wait a moment, and then wait a longer moment before slowly peeking out of the locker. And if nothing grabs her and goes boo, she is going to head in the opposite direction and see what happened because this dream feels like it's trying to tell her something. She'll go like where the figure came from. Definitely not where the figure went.
So you go back, you glance around, nothing jumps out and grabs you, which is your heart's like dum 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 dum. And as you make your way back down the hallway, back looks like you're heading back down towards the computer class. And as you get to the door, you can see the doors. The doors have those wooden doors that have that the top half has that frosted glass, like office glass, and that's been smashed. And inside, you can see several of the computer desks have been kicked over, knocked over, broken monitors on the ground, and from a pile of monitors and stuff, you see a hand kind of sticking up at an odd angle and blood dripping off of it. And then all of a sudden, several of the other monitors start flickering. And a text starts scrolling across them. It will happen again. It will happen again. It will happen again. It will be happening again. As you hear, wherever you are, and you turn around and you see a silhouette of a hulking tall man in the doorway, and you wake up.
Oh, jeez. So yeah, she will wake up with a scream as she like tries to move back from this figure in her dream, and then snaps awake and is probably like nearly falls out of her bed.
Awesome. Oh, Kevin. Deuce.
Peaceful night's sleep, right? Thanks, great.
You find yourself walking this campus grounds late at night, holding a flashlight. A thick, boiling fog is kind of covering most of the ground. No signs of anyone around. Most of the lights in most of the buildings are out. And as you're making your way around, you see what appears to be light in the distance. Like someone else is walking out of the flashlight.
Hello? And just kind of flick my light on and off twice and see if they yell back.
No response.
Head that way out of curiosity still. Call again to him. Hello?
No response.
Keep heading that way for the moment. See what's putting the light on.
Okay. And as you continue along the direction, you see what appears to be another student, possibly. Whoever it is wearing a long cloak and hood, and they're holding what appears to be a old time lantern.
Didn't realize it was this close to Halloween. You all right? Kind of look around to see if I can get a glance under the hood at who it is.
You're quite close enough to get a look under the hood, but yeah, as you're getting closer, they're kind of beelining across campus, and so you're trying to catch up to them. And you're able to quickly follow the light, and as you do, the light starts descending slightly, and you realize they've gone to the arts building. And on the side of the arts building is an outdoor amphitheater that they're starting to head down the steps to the amphitheater.
Follow along curiously.
And as you follow along, they walk. They get down to the main part of the amphitheater, and where the stage would be. And as they ascend up the stage, they walk into nothing, vanish out of sight.
No lantern, no nothing. Just goes dark.
Yep. Go ahead and make me a perception check, seeing.
11.
As the person was going to as the person was going up the steps, they kind of looked over just long enough to get you to get a slight glance that it does appear to be another student, does appear to be a girl with kind of long, dirty brown blonde hair. And while it is, well, like I said, it was an old-time lantern and they're wearing a cloak, the rest of the architecture and the rest of your surroundings makes you think it was a. It's now. It's not. It's not like a Victorian London or something. It definitely feels like the campus as you know it now.
I'm assuming the other student, quote unquote, was dressed up. It's more my assumption. So sure. Look around before walking up the same steps and making my way onto the stage. Let's look around to see if maybe it's just a theater kid playing a prank and there's a trap door I'm missing or something else.
Sure. Go ahead and make a perception check.
14 on straight perception.
Cool. As you are looking around, you don't see any trapdoor. Oh, you do see that there could be some trapdoors and stuff, but not where they had vanished at. But you do hear kind of a clicky sound, like chittering kind of sound, and something scurrying on stone.
Oh,
All right. There's stairs behind me. That sounds good. Let's make our way towards some stairs. That sounds great.
And as you make your way up some stairs, for a brief second, as you crest the top of the steps, you're looking at what appears to be a forest. And then you hear the click, 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 click sound again behind you.
Yeah, forest sounds good. Let's go to the forest.
And as you step forward, you feel like you just stepped into a giant mass of cobwebs.
Yep.
And
Fog.
you wake up.
Yep, fog was real thick in the forest. I'll just sit up bolt right, take a deep breath, reach over into my new bag of peppermints and just start chewing on one while I regain my composure.
And last but not least, Tobias, we find you in an office, in a you're in an office. There's a computer, filing cabinets, lights are out. Yeah, you're holding a flashlight.
Huh. I'm gonna kind of clear my face a little bit and then just start getting back to what I assume I was doing. I'm gonna go open the desk drawers and start ruffling through the paperwork.
Okay. And as you start ruffling through the paperwork, first thing you notice as you're going through papers and stuff like that, you can't read anything. Everything, like there's writing, but it just is not legible. Like it's blurry, it's mushy. It doesn't seem to have solid form.
That's not good. I'm gonna just stuff a bunch in my bag and try to walk out of the office real quick.
So you start you're grabbing stuff, and as you do, you go over to grab stuff and head to the office door to go out of the office door, and as you reach for it, you see again it's one of those wooden doors with that frosted glass. That's pretty common for office buildings. You see some light and some movement on the other side of the door. And it's small light, like a flashlight or a candle or something, as opposed to like the lights being turned on.
I'm gonna turn off my flashlight to see if the light's still there.
Quickly turn off your flashlight. And you hear the lights moving closer, and you're jiggling of the handle, like someone's trying to open the door, but it's locked.
Just gonna back away slowly and put my hand in my back pocket.
As you back up, I'm going to need you to make me a dexterity check.
I am not good at those. Or my. Oh, why is mine stuck? I got an 11.
Cool. 11's perfectly fine. That's what you needed. So as you do, you bump the desk for a second, and a picture starts tipping off the desk, and you quickly reach out and grab it so it doesn't hit the floor and make noise. As you do, you pull it up to put it back on the desk. You realize it's a picture of your parents.
I'm freaking out right now. I don't know why this would be here. I'm gonna take the picture. Are they still rustling at the door?
And it stopped.
What was it a picture of?
My parents. Do they look different, or are they it's just a family photo?
It looks like a family, like a snapshot that was taken on a vacation or something. Actually, if you remember correctly, it was probably taken like 3 years ago, and you're probably the one who took it.
Can I take the picture out of the photo? I mean, out of the frame.
Sure.
Is there anything written on the back of it?
Yeah, it's a there's a date on the back of it. You can actually even recognize that your hand. You can recognize that it's a date on the back, but you can't really read it. You recognize it's a date. You know the date because you remember. Oh, I remember taking this picture. We were on vacation in Vancouver. It's over by the ferries. Happened 3 years ago, but and there's a date written on it, but it's again smudgy, blurry. Your eyes can't focus on it to read it.
Okay. I'm gonna take the glass panel from the picture frame. I'm gonna open the door slowly. Do I hear anything?
You hear some movement down the hallway in one of the other offices.
Okay. I'm gonna take the glass panel and throw it the opposite direction that I'm going, and just start looking for a way out.
You throw it down the hall, and you hear it crash, glass break. You hear, "What's that? Find out!" And you hear some people moving around, and they're heading quickly, and so you quickly bolt the other direction down. And as you bolt down the hallway, you pass a bunch of cubicles and stuff, and then you get to a door that you can pull open and dive through. And as you pull it open and dive through, you dive into your dorm room. And you awake to find yourself on the floor of your bed, next to your bed.
God damn it. Is Nick awake?
He sounds like he's kind of coming awake.
Nick.
Mm,
Nick.
mm,
I need help.
That's an understatement.
Yeah.
Oh, hey, you're up.
Yeah, I'm up. What time is it?
Peppermint?
No, I don't want a peppermint. That's probably what actually woke me up. Smelled like the candy man was coming for me.
Okay, why are you out of bed?
Well, I'm not out of bed for choice. I kind of fell out. And then the first thing you did was try to offer me a peppermint.
I'll roll out of bed, help Tobias up. Yeah, get confident. Yeah. Sorry if I woke you up.
No, it's fine. I'm gonna try to get back onto my feet. Why are you awake anyway?
Bad dream.
Was it a spider-related dream?
Yeah. That some kid, girl, I don't know.
Well,
It was, I don't know, some odd thing. Maybe looking at too many pictures. I don't know.
I'm sorry about that. I'm gonna lick my thumb and I'm gonna smudge off the little spider that I drew against the wall of the bunk bed. You were acting weird when we brought it up earlier in the book. I thought it might guilt you into saying something. I didn't think you'd have a nightmare.
Uh, tell you what, I can tell you something that'll just sound really weird.
Sure, I'll bite.
I think there might be something extra weird going on. Like maybe what took the girl wasn't normal, or maybe even from this world. I don't know. Like your alien thing might not be too far off. Maybe it is, but just be careful.
You don't say.
I know it sounds nuts, but it just always kind of been really observant.
Mhm. Well, now that you mention it, I'm gonna go to the tump bed and you're gonna hear me rustling like through my stuff. As I say rustle for the 5th time tonight. I'm gonna,
Five Russells.
I'm gonna hand you
Russell.
a personal notebook.
Yeah, I'll take it, sir. You may look through.
Yeah.
Start flipping through.
I didn't come here just to, get a better education, which, doesn't hurt. But I heard this school was a little messed up. And the girl that went missing, she went missing just like my mom did. My dad didn't believe me, but he wanted me to get out of the house, so that's why I got transferred here. So all you see are the notes of kind of a similar situation that happened to my mom. And
Yeah.
go ahead.
I'm sorry to hear it. I mean, I'm sorry to hear your mom's gone, and more so if what's going on here is what happened to her. I don't. Maybe we can find you some answers.
Yeah, that's what I'm hoping for. But Nick, you gotta be careful. This stuff isn't pretend. And you're gonna see me roll up my pants, my right pants leg. And you're gonna see a prosthetic. It didn't just tip my mom, it took my leg.
Did you see it? What? You remember what happened?
I remember my mom, we were over at one of her friend's house, and they were arguing about something, about not being the right choice or something like that. And there was screaming and there was fighting, and then last thing I remember is just waking up and she was just carrying me somewhere. I couldn't feel anything, and then we just both kind of fell on the ground. After that, I woke up in the hospital with my dad right there.
Well, what I saw's real, and I don't know it is. You go over to the dresser and flip through some of his pictures, and they'll find the picture that he took of the room, which the one looks just like a regular picture of the girl's bed and kind of a back shot. But he'll sit it down, grab one of the pens, and go, "So what I saw there briefly," and start sketching around it. And draw this large form of a spider, about a very large, the size of a person, with these almost bladed legs to them, and that thicker set of mandibles from the bottom, and kind of draw it onto the picture. It's not great, but it's there. It- that's what I saw there.
Yeah, I think I'd be having nightmares too after seeing that. You know who we should really ask about this?
Who?
Should ask that D kid. All my mom's friends were fucking alumni of this school. And if he runs back as long as he does, he might know more than he's letting on.
Yeah. How tomorrow morning we'll talk to Dee and Tara. Maybe they won't think I'm crazy either.
Well, worst case scenario, we're just crazy together. I'm gonna.
Yeah, the best part is if we're crazy, that means none of this is real, and hey, you don't have to be as worried, right?
That's right. When you're crazy, none of the choices matter. So I'm gonna choose to go to sleep and see if that works again. I'm gonna hovel up to the top bunk again.
All right, I'll try to. Though when Tobias isn't paying attention, I'll take one of the pillows and just lay it beside the bed. So if you have another bad dream, you have a slightly softer landing
I would appreciate that.
before I'll finish my peppermint before seeing if I get back to sleep. I don't know that I will, but we'll give it a shot.
Awesome. So the group of you managed to eventually fall back to sleep. Bright and early, your alarms go off to get ready for class. Morning is the pre-morning rituals are all relatively smooth and mellow, and then you find yourself in first period. Mr. Stevens is up in the front of the class talking about he's doing a section on the Greeks and Romans right now, so I'm going on about that. So the four of you are conspiring in the back of the classroom.
When I get up for real, is there anything weird going on in the dorm that, might explain someone having screamed in the middle of the night? No?
Nope, no
Cool.
one else speaks to it at all.
Cool. If they're going to ignore it, so will I.
Yeah, Tara is not paying much attention to class. She has like a notebook, like a journal open, and she is just writing down all the details of the dream that she can remember and making like notes in the margins of like, what does it mean? Why am I seeing this? And the phrase "it will happen again," she ends up writing it over and over a couple of times, probably.
Oh, nuts.
She's just like, what does this mean?
Well, Tara seems engrossed in schoolwork, so
Yep. She probably looks like she's making notes. She is not. If she's anything like high school, Calvin.
I'm going to check that. I made all sorts of notes when I was in high school. None of them were about the class I was in, but I was making all sorts of notes.
Tara, you're gonna keep getting bonked in the head with like rolled up paper balls. As discreetly as I can keep doing it.
It'll probably take like 3 or 4 to get through.
That's fine. It's a small pile next to you, right?
And then she will, I guess that means Tobias is behind her?
I don't know, might be beaming them straight in your ear.
Yeah, I don't know our seating arrangement. but she will look over at Tobias, like a questioning, what?
Read the note.
She looks at the pile of them. She will pick up all the pieces of paper and I guess look at and read them.
They all just say, "What's your number? I'm running out of paper."
She will write down her phone number, and she will crumple up the paper and throw it back.
Oh, why would you do that? I'm trying to pay attention.
It's just like this, like this incredulous look on her face.
I'll say that
Both
at
of you
teacher
shut
volume.
up.
D. 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 D.
No, the answer is C.
Tara.
Yeah.
Give me the papers I threw at you. I want to throw them at D. That was actually all I had.
You should be better prepared for school. And then she will throw them back.
I will proceed to just throw all 4 of them at D at the same time. D.
He's just gonna raise his hand.
And that's how Caesar was killed. Yes. Question.
I really, really, really need to use the restroom. I
Okay.
do that.
Yep. Take the hall pass.
Cool. So I will stand up. Dee will stand up and go grab the hall pass and walk back past. And as he walks past, he's gonna look at Tobias and go, "I'm gonna fucking murder you," and keep going.
I'm gonna like look shocked at Nick, like, come on, do something.
Yeah, me too. I'll be right back. I just run after D.
That allowed. Almost pissed myself last period.
He hasn't stopped me yet.
Period. This is the first class of the day.
Well, last class of yesterday. I'm still groggy. I didn't sleep well.
Now that we've got a couple of you skipping class, is there anything specific you'd like to accomplish while you're skipping class, or?
Yeah, Dee really was just gonna go hide in the bathroom for a few minutes because because that whole situation was getting really annoying. So he really was just gonna go hide in the bathroom for a few minutes.
Nick will wait by the sink. Deacon has some private time installed to decompress.
Eh.
After like 5-10 minutes, he'll come back out like he's heading back towards class. And see Nick just kind of standing there. I don't need an escort to the bathroom.
Didn't think you did. Just kind of wanted to talk to you, but okay.
Can it not wait until not in the middle of class?
Maybe just had a really odd dream, and I'm kind of worried about what's going on, and was just kind of worried. Maybe I'm overreacting, but are you all right?
I'm fine. Except that Tobias seems to want me to break his nose again.
I think we both had a bad dream, and it's just kind of unsettled us. Sorry, didn't mean to. Just yeah, sorry. Here, though, hold on. Got you something. He'll flip through his thing. Got you this, and he'll hand you a print of the picture of the ball hitting Tobias square in the face.
That's great. And he'll
Ah,
stick that in his back pocket.
thought it might make your morning, but yeah, maybe if you don't care, maybe we can talk at lunch or just sometime later.
Yeah, lunch is good.
Okay.
I actually, need to pass my classes. So,
Yeah. Yeah. Sorry, just yeah.
Awesome. So you two make your way back to class. Is there anything else any other troublemakers wish to accomplish between now and the rest of the end of the class? There's only about 10 minutes left in class.
Well, I guess Tobias is texting Tara very subtly. And seems to be asking if she also had a weird dream last night. But since I still don't know how to do a whisper in Roll20, she's just going to say, she is just going to reply to the last message about asking if she had a weird dream last night with, yeah, super weird. There was an axe and some old computers. Which, Brian, you can reply to out loud if you want.
What do you mean?
For the viewing audience at home.
What do you mean? You're having the conversation, not me.
To which Tobias apparently replies that Nick also had a weird dream. I guess she will ask, did you have a dream as well?
Yeah, in text, of course. Yeah, I was stuck in some weird office space, and I don't know, I was trying to gather info, and then I fell out of my bed. It was creepy as hell. I couldn't read anything.
That sounds terrible. We should compare notes, and maybe D had a weird dream as well. Could explain why he's so angsty this morning.
Yeah, weird, huh? And it must have you like a little smug anime girl and thought with a Sherlock Holmes hat.
With that, the class bell rings, and you have 15 minutes to get to your next class, and which for most of you means going separate ways. So you manage to go through your next several classes, making your way through the rest of the morning and until lunch. You do have the opportunity to meet up at lunch if you would like. If not, let me know what you'd like to do right now.
Are we allowed to have lunch in the library? We could get a quiet room in the library and just kind of talk.
Yeah, I mean, the only rule the library has as far as liquids is it's a closed container.
Oh,
You can bring a drink as long as it's got a cap, got a lid.
guess I'm drinking water.
please don't fling the beverages on the books, is what they're saying.
They have these little coasters, it's fine. Gonna grab my food, text Nick and Tara that I'm gonna reserve a library room for lunch. If they
Yep.
could get D to come since he won't answer any of my paper texts.
The group of you are able to meet up for lunch if everyone wants to. The message goes out, hey, I got a room, library. The library at this point of day is quiet. And then most people, there's a few other students, mostly upperclassmen, who are in there during lunch break, but generally not.
D and I will walk back from science to lunch together, so can let them know, hey, I guess weirdly Tobias has a room in the library for us, but that just surprising. That's
Eating
all.
lunch in the library.
It's quiet.
Fine. Fine. Whatever. This fucking guy.
You can have my orange.
Do I look like I need scurvy treatment?
I don't know, I just figured more energy. You're the one that's burning all the calories.
It's fine. I'll be right back. He
Yep.
goes into the lunchroom and comes back with literally like 2 bags of lunch.
All right, let's go.
And yeah, Tara's going to be there because if she's not eating with this group, she's probably in the library having lunch anyways.
All right. So, what was so important that you had to throw things at me and we have to eat in the library?
What do you mean? A girl got abducted at a school that your family helped, fund and contribute. So we should probably talk about that, especially after our last little study session.
Speaking of last little study session, I have a surprise for everyone.
I don't like surprises.
Um,
Oh no, it's a murder board.
I've built. I'm in the process of building a corkboard for you. So,
Oh.
So here you go. For those at home, the board has it's a corkboard with pictures of some of the leads that they found. A group of 4 students in the 1960s. A picture of Betsy Cox, who is the student that went missing last episode. Frederick O'Nally, who is one of the former teachers, and Eric Kramer, who was one of the former students, and a book library checkout card, which when you flip it over, has a bunch of random numbers and letters on it.
Okay, after break, I'm gonna see if I can get a print screen of this onto the stream.
Yeah, I can. I've got images too if you want to share them. So.
Now I have to go
Well-
pull out my notes out of my messy notebook.
I said, after a moment, Nick will take a deep breath and kind of, okay, look, the other reason I want to talk to you is, and it may sound nuts, but I think whatever's going on could be maybe not of this earth, and I'm just kind of worried that it might get one of you two. I don't know, it sounds crazy. I know it's fine, but I'll take out the picture and the terrible drawing he has from the room and lay it in front of Tara and Dee and go, and I think that's what took her, and I'm not sure, and I'm kind of worried about it, and yeah. And I'll kind of take a step back, waiting for the, oh, you're freaking nuts response.
Have you considered therapy?
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, I'm starting to think there's something weird going on here too. I had a pretty strange dream last night. I mean, most of my dreams are pretty strange, but this one felt more, I don't know, real, maybe is the right word. It was in one of the school rooms. There was a bunch of, those old computers, the big ones. There was a bunch of those there. And then next thing I know, some guy holding some axe murderer guy is chasing another student down the halls. I tried hiding, and then by the time I popped out, the one in the dream, they were dead, and then the axe guy got me, and then there was the phrase, the one we saw before. It will happen again. I saw that a bunch of times in the dream.
Huh. So we spent some time researching, and we saw that phrase a lot. And one of the things that we discovered when we were researching was that Marcus probably axe murdered those people before the fire, and it got into your brain and you dreamt about it.
I mean, look, my dreams are a bit. They're their own whole thing. I don't know if it's that simple.
Okay.
I'm just putting it out there.
How'd you sleep last night, D?
Fine.
Nothing weird or affluent happened to you the other night?
You're using that word very strangely.
I mean, not incorrectly yet.
It was entirely correct.
Yeah,
You are staying in one of the nicer dorms because of your scholarship.
I'm not here on scholarship.
Oh, then what are you here on, D?
He points in the general direction of the Darlington Morris building for the humanities and says, my family goes here. It's expected.
And how long have they been going here?
Since the beginning.
Oh,
Who was drawing a soccer ball on the murder board?
I need to consider all options. No matter how far-fetched they might be. No. There we go.
So I'm confused. I'm not the smartest person in this school by a long shot. So maybe I need you guys to explain it to me very, very slowly. You think some kind of spider person kidnapped Betsy for some reason. You seem to think that a long dead psychotic axe murderer maybe did it instead. And you seem to be inferring that I or my family maybe did it.
Oh, like you guys did it, but like your name's on a building where a murder happened, so like I can't not talk to you.
There are lots of names on lots of these buildings.
It's just a lot of weird at once, right?
Yeah. Yeah, well, yeah, we can definitely agree on that.
Yeah, look, I know it sounds nuts. I'm just be careful. All right, that's all I'm saying. I don't know why, but I don't want anything to happen to you guys.
I mean, I don't think anything is going to happen to us.
Hey, wasn't that teacher found with a bunch of bodies? Did they happen to be chopped up by an axe? Or were they just found dead alongside them? I'm a little hazy on the details.
If you mean Frederick O'Malley, the teacher from the 20s,
Yeah.
he was found in his car.
He drowned in a flash flood in his car.
I thought there was another one.
There was
That was a student.
Yeah.
That was Marcus Johnson, who killed the 6 people and then set fire to the building.
That's it.
Mm-hmm.
Do we know how he killed them?
It was an axe.
Oh.
And he was in the building when they set him on fire.
And it was the arts building.
There was a whole cover-up about it.
And Tara, you said you were being chased by an axe murderer?
Yeah, well, chased kind of. I mostly hid. Instinct, video game instinct took over, and I hid in a locker. He was chasing someone, but I didn't get a good look at them.
I don't know, axe murderer seems kind of far from spider abduction.
But
What I was saying.
All of this was in Betsy's notes. Well, at least a lot of it was. She was onto something.
You're on something.
Oh, I don't want to say anything rude about the theater kids.
They've heard it all before.
It feels like there's something going on, and I want to.
I mean, there is something going on.
Well, something more going on than the thing going on. There's something going on that I don't know. It's more. There's more to it than what it seems like.
Hey, Jonesy.
Yes.
Does the library like have games on loan? Like board games and stuff like that?
Sure.
Yeah. Do they happen to have a Ouija board on stock?
I don't know. Do they?
It's just a tempting fate.
I mean, we know the where and the when. We could just do an interview ourselves.
Um, if you check the lookup to see if they have one.
Yeah.
If they do not,
Ugh.
but they have 7 copies of Settlers of Catan, 6 of which are checked out.
Well,
Oh,
if that's selling board games, they know it.
that's
Wood for
surprising.
sheep.
It's just all the jocks have the copies of Settlers of Catan. Well, that's all I really had to share. D, I know you hate me, but here's my number just in case something happens.
I hate you. I just think you're kind of an asshole.
I mean, I'm not the one with the broken nose.
Well,
Yeah. Yeah, you are.
I'm sorry, it was a concussion too.
You fucked around, you found out. I don't know what you want from me.
I'm just gonna wrap my lunch up and kind of toss whatever I got in the trash.
Cool. Was there anything else that you wanted to accomplish during lunch break? Or what is the team like to do next?
I guess Tara is going to say to D, "Look, I get that you maybe don't want to get involved in all of this, but if something's going on here, we can help figure it out. Shouldn't we do something? And if it's nothing at all, then it's just nothing at all."
I'm still waiting for some kind of, like, okay, curiosity and all of that. I get initially we wanted to look into it, but like, y'all know we're like 14, right? And this isn't a cartoon. I don't think any of us have a really big dog or a van.
Nope, none of those. But it's. I just feel like if we can help, then maybe we should. And I guess I mean, it is mostly the curiosity thing, but what if this is some, I don't know, just something weird and strange that just doesn't have an explanation yet? It's better than leaving it unsolved, right?
I feel like I'm supposed to say yes.
Hoping
However,
you will.
I still look, I'm along for the ride, because if I'm not, the 3 of you are going to get yourself killed or expelled or worse. So,
Those two seem like the worst things.
You know, I'll take guilt over valid participation any day.
I guess I'll still help where I can, but like,
If it
I think you're
helps.
all a little bit in over your heads, and
I mean, they say bad things happen when good people do nothing. If we can at least get enough to get the right people on it, we can, but they're going to want it something more than our gut feelings, what we've gathered thus far. If we get enough, then sure, we'll call the cops and get them on it. But I don't just want to turn a blind eye to it.
And if it gets real bad, we'll bail out.
If it gets real bad, that might not be an option. Knowledge is dangerous.
Then we just got to stop whatever's going on before it gets real bad, or it's not really that bad and we have nothing to stop.
Tara feels like that's probably the best that she's gonna get right now. I don't know if she can do much better.
Yeah, that's all I got too. I will place the
Would you?
Glamazon order though.
Would you look at the time? I have to get to English class. I'll grab what's left of my lunch and leave the room.
Right, class.
Yep. Hey, hey, Tara, you got any plans for after classes today?
Mostly trying to make sense of all these numbers.
If you don't
Sure.
care, yeah, just want to run by the amphitheater before it gets too dark. And then, yeah, well, we can put our heads together on the numbers too.
Okay.
That's good. But yeah, let's get to class before, so we know none of us are late. Nick will pop another peppermint in his mouth and get to scooting.
Can I have one of those peppermints?
Oh, yeah, here, and he'll offer a handful. He has a very large bag.
So yeah, the group of you finishes your lunch, head on off your separate directions to go the rest of your classes for the day. It sounds like D is going to be off to practice this afternoon.
To ensure that that nightmare down 5 game does not occur.
And meanwhile, while you're off during soccer practice, sounds like a couple other people want to go check out the outdoor amphitheater area.
And in the group text, I'll let Tobias know where we're heading towards as well. Always more than welcome to tag along if you're feeling inclined. But yeah, our plan is to head there after class. Well, it's still daylight.
Yeah.
What is this date that you speak of? Awesome. Yeah. So there is the Phillips Art Building, which is the large 2-story structure that's got a lot of. It's got the indoor theater. It's got rehearsal space. It's got a band section for the band classes, and all of the art classes are also in that building. And that's where you go to do like your photography development kit and all that stuff. Room is in that building, and next to it is an outdoor amphitheater, which it being autumn isn't very popular. It's popular for people to hang out and stuff after class and stuff like that. In the springs, it becomes a lot more popular when the weather's warmer. Right now, it's a little nippy in the afternoons for a lot of people. It's like hoodie jacket weather. When you approach, there's really about half a dozen or so students just hanging around. Some of them are kind of over in one area talking. One person's over onto the side by themselves trying to do some homework and stuff, and a little laptop. Trying to enjoy what's left of the warmer days, warmer afternoons before winter settles in.
So as we get closer, I'll kind of let Tara know. I'm like, so, look, I don't know, but I think I saw the missing girl, like wearing a hood, carrying a lantern. It may have been a different girl, but I don't know. I'm just kind of retracing my steps to see if maybe there's a clue or something I'm missing.
In your dream, you mean?
Yeah. Yeah, my dream.
Okay. I mean, you're braver than I am. I do not want to. I would not want to repeat my dream last night.
I'm happy for this to be wrong. He'll take out his camera and he snap a couple pictures of the outside of the building and
Sure.
where initially I saw her standing at, and kind of follow the same path. And several of those key points, stop and take pictures until we get into the amphitheater and down to the foot of the stage. There, Nick is going to stop and take a moment or two to kind of compose himself at this particular plan.
Cool. No. You go to the amphitheater area. As you get to the amphitheater, so there's several steps leading down. There's three main areas leading down to the main floor. There is a couple of side steps that flank up onto the stage. As you can see, you should be able to see from the map in roll 20.
So
I
I do not
not,
have
not that there happens to be a
Not
Nothing
that
here.
anything's going to occur or anything.
Oh crap.
Nope. Just a beautiful outdoor amphitheater, nothing at all. Though I do not have control over my token, if you be so kind.
Oh, let me. Let's see.
It's cute of you to assume that you would have control.
I can control your token. I've got D. Neener, neener, neener.
D has had enough of your shit.
Hey, I got you a beautiful gift. You're going to frame that and tell your kids about it someday. But I will tell it. You take Tara through the dream, and at the base of the steps of the stage, and I go, after taking a few moments, go, and here she went up there. I lost sight of her. She kind of vanished. It's when I heard the thing I showed you in the drawing. I know the drawing's terrible, but then it seemed like I was in a forest, and then I woke up. So I don't know. It may not mean anything, but I at least wanted to look.
Well, whatever it is, I'm right behind you. And by that, I mean I will probably call Tobias and D for help.
And by that, I mean you are a shield.
Cool.
Yeah.
So yeah, as you guys hanging out, like I said, there's relatively quiet. The sun's still up. We've had a couple hours of sunlight left. As you can look around at your leisure.
Same. Take a couple more pictures. Follow up on stage.
So anyone want to make a perception searching test?
We could just use perception, right?
Yes. Yeah.
Just double checking. 19 total with 6. Oh, no, that's not me. That's not me. Oh, 17 total with 6 stun points.
19
Ooh.
with 6 stun points.
All the stunts, bring them to us.
Dang.
All of them. He's like stunts.
Go team journalism. Woo.
Yeah.
As you start investigating and looking around, you see on the amphitheater the remnants of some strange writing. It looks like someone went through with chalk and it was, marking around on the steps of the two sets of steps that flank up onto the stage. And around the stage itself. So with 6 stunt points, I will say that you can tell that that these have been there for a couple weeks. They hasn't really rained the last couple weeks, so and last week or so, week and a half. So it's still relatively fresh. I mean, it has gotten damp and morning mist and humidity and stuff like that has kind of caused some of it to fade away, but it's for the most part, it's not been washed away completely. So it's been there for a while. And you also know that it definitely was strange iconography. It wasn't like someone spelling ABC or whatever like that. It was strange symbols and stuff that they were drawing, not like writing like Billy plus Mandy or crap like that.
I mean, it could say that, we just don't know.
Yes, possibly.
Billy loves Manny and cuneiform. That's so neat.
We could be an alien spring break for all we know.
I was right.
With
I'll add it to the board.
6 stunt points, I will say that Nicholas,
Mhm.
You can see that there are some footprints, little tiny footprints have gone through the chalk and messed it up a little bit. With you can tell that these are small animal prints. And as you look closer, you zoom in to take a picture of it. You snap a picture of it. And I'm going to need you to make me our first alienation test of
Oh no.
of the stream, which makes me so happy. So an alienation test is what happens when you encounter things of the weirdness and the strangeness that is the Eldritch Horrors. And in this case, what you were looking at is a set of what looks like cat tracks through a mix of tiny little handprints and cat paws tromping through the chalk writing, leaving tiny little handprints and paw prints behind.
Oh.
The whole animal kingdom's out to get me. Gotcha.
An alienation test would be a willpower test.
Phenomena or revelations or
Do.
Phenomena. It would be a phenomena test, which because there are 4 categories of alienation. Phenomena being one of them, which is what happens when you encounter things adjacent to the mythos, but not directly like I read the evil tome or I've seen the evil monster. So
there we go. 9 with 3 stunt points. Surely not enough.
double checking. Because I do not have
instantly eaten.
I do not have it completely memorized. It is a 300-page, 400-page book, so it's there's a lot of it. So
oh yeah, seems fair.
With 9 as a threshold, I will say that it is enough that you succeed, but that does mean that you're down 1. You have a penalty of 1 for any future phenomena tests. So on your character sheet, there should be a section to track that. So if you go to your character sheet, there's an alienation tab on Roll20 for that. And where it says TN modifier, which is a target number modifier, you just want to add a 1.
I got it.
So that in the future, what happens basically is the next time you make a test of that type, the target number is going to increase by 1 for you, making it a little bit tougher for you to succeed.
Makes perfect sense to me.
And that resets once you fail a test. So you encounter enough stuff over time, you will fail at some point. But and there are
I'm
ways
holding
to get it to go up and down as well.
I'm holding it together right now.
Yeah.
Are you? Are you sure?
It could be a trick. It could be a prank. There's a whole bunch of things it could be. It just struck you as excessively weird because the
Tiny
stride,
little handprints. Yes, that's excessively weird.
because the strides make it seem like they're parallel with the paw prints.
Don't
Like
like
a
that.
cat that's got little tiny hands on the front.
Possibly.
Yeah, not happy with that.
I'm not sure what kind of thing that cat might be. But so yeah, so that's what you're seeing. And I will say that with Calvin, with your 6 stunt points, you were able to easily pick out that several of the iconography that you've seen, what's left of it, drawn around the stage, has ties to the Dreamlands.
Oh.
You've seen similar symbols in books and stuff about lucid dreaming and about astral projection and that kind of stuff.
Okay. So she's gonna lean in for a closer look at those and then look over at Nick and just say, "Hey, can you get a picture of the symbols over here? They look pretty familiar. I just want to. Are you okay?"
Oh, yeah, yep, yep. Sorry, yeah. Oh, okay, gotcha.
Yeah.
Did you
I'll
see
snap
something?
some pictures.
So
Yeah,
well,
I'll after taking the pictures and doing, I'll show you the very small prints. Like I don't know, maybe they were smudged, but there's a trail. Someone, a kid maybe was here. I don't know.
One thing.
while this is going on, Tobias, what are you up to?
It's like later in the evening, right?
It's after class. It's late afternoon or early evening.
Without being creepy somewhere.
The other two texted you saying they're going to go run by the amphitheater and then they're going to meet up to the library later if you want to join them, but you're not required to.
Okay, I'm kind of reading him between the lines there. I'm gonna let Nick do what he needs to do. Well, speaking of being creepy somewhere, did I manage to follow D? What's she up to? I mean, what are they up to?
D, if you're calling D want to practice.
Ugh, I hate soccer.
D's running drills.
Yeah.
It's so boring. How do you do this all the time? I'm just sitting here kind of looking over my notes. I'm not really pressed to do anything, just giving Nick and Tara their space. I think that's what the text said.
Cool. Awesome. So with that, was D, what were your plans for post practice?
I mean, I'm gonna hang out with my
They did
teammates.
text you as well saying we're gonna meet up at the library later. You can join them.
I'm gonna hang out with my teammates for a little bit. Because
T.
they're not crazy.
I argue that maybe it's just a different flavor of crazy, but
Yeah. They're the same kind of crazy that I am. So I understand them more. Just hang out with my teammates for a while. Get in on all the normal school gossip, not the, hey, did you hear about that axe murdering cat bug? And then eventually head over to the library.
Cool. Cool. So, is there anything else we want to do with the amphitheater before I cut to the next bit?
Try and follow the footprints. I'm sure they probably washed out, but just see where they lead before I lose track of them.
They look like they lead towards off the stage and down under the amphitheater. There's some trapdoors and stuff like that below in storage underneath the amphitheater.
Yeah, I'm not that brave yet.
I think you should all go there, but you should wait until it starts to get dark.
Also terrifying. Let's risk it for the biscuit. Why not? That sounds terrible. Let's try and take another picture. One of the good pictures. One of the ones that I probably shouldn't. There's more nightmares. That's exactly what I need.
Risk it and be the biscuit.
Right?
Yeah. So let's see if I see how good the camera's doing. Granted, that last roll of 5 was not a good start, but got 11. Needed an 11. Take it. And 5 stop points. So that one, yes.
You have successfully activated your ESP. And which
We'll
specific?
use 2 for the price test, because that just seems good. And I don't know that increasing. You can do the same stunt more than once, right?
Depends on the stunt.
Can you do the price one more than once? Because I don't.
No.
Increasing the force of it wouldn't do anything, would it?
No.
Okay.
Force is what if it's an opposed, basically someone has to try to fight against the effect. So for passive effects like ESP doesn't come up very often, but some of the more active powers. Yep.
Okay, let's make this terrible for not just me then. I'm going to use 2 for Scope of Phenomena, so +2 the price test, and the other 3 for lasting. And instead of using my high-tech Sony super camera, we're going to use the good old-fashioned Polaroid camera, so that way I can watch it develop with Tara right beside me, so we can both be terrified by whatever we're about to see, theoretically.
Yay!
Great.
Sharing trauma.
Thanks for sharing.
Sharing is caring.
And I got a 16 on the price, so I succeeded by 5.
Okay, awesome. With that, your little Polaroid pops out, and as you
Do
start
that.
grab it,
Wave it, and
you start
it does
waving
nothing,
it.
but you do.
You do because you have to. It's
Yeah.
And as you slowly start waving it, we are going to go take a quick break, grab a snack, and we'll catch what happens when you develop the film momentarily when we get back from our break.
Sorry, Tara.
All right, we'll see who gets brain fried when we come back.
Awesome.
are live.
Hello, and thanks for waiting for us while we took a quick break. We are back to jump on into the Knight's Tale of Echoes at the Threshold, a Cthulhu Awakens actual play, featuring my illustrious cast of students at Armitage Preparatory Academy who are investigating the disappearance and the strangeness surrounding the mystery of what happened to Betsy Knox. And with that, we find two of our young heroes at the outdoor amphitheater on the campus, where they were following up on some strange and odd dreams they had the previous evening, and were currently dabbling around with old photography equipment from the ancient times of the 1980s and 90s. As I date myself. And our young psychic is tapping into his ESP powers, and he's snapping pictures of what may be, what possibly could be, what may have transpired in the past. As snaps of pictures and some pictures of the amphitheater and steps, and shaking the polar picture slightly as it slowly colors fade and muddle and kind of come into being. You see what appears to be darkened steps of the outdoor amphitheater leading to the stage, and what appears to be a student wearing a hood and cloak, holding on to an ancient-looking lantern, and they appear to be stepping partly into an archway. And then, as it continues to develop, you see that fade out, and it reveals the amphitheater and stage as you see it now.
I'll take a slow breath, looked at Tara. Okay, yeah, that's the thing.
Was Tara able to see the same thing on this image, or was it only Nicholas who was able to see?
Yes, you were.
Okay.
Okay.
Do your photos normally do that? That's not how that should work, right?
So that's what I saw in my dream. And sometimes I can catch glimpses of it. Or sometimes what's really going on. And yeah. That's the girl I saw before she vanished. And I didn't see the arch, but it was foggy, and then the giant spider thing, but that's a different but yeah.
What if we go stand where that arch is supposed to be? Hang on. Just hold the picture up. I'm gonna go stand over there. You just let me know when I'm on top of it.
Okay.
You climb up the steps. As you make your way up, and kind of listen to yourself, trying to remember where you saw the image on the picture, and then where you're looking down. And as you look down, you see that you're standing right over where a couple of the strange chalk marks are on the ground.
There's something written here. You want to just snap a photo of these two?
Yeah. Quickly go up and take a couple pictures to hang on to them for later. We use the good camera. We need as much detail as we can. Cool. Maybe another time we'll check under the stage, storeroom, and look. But right now, I think that's a start. Maybe we can find out about something about this writing.
Oh, yeah, I've got some ideas. I gotta go to the library.
Yep, let's just go. That sounds good. I don't want it to get dark.
And then the sun went out.
And yeah, I'll run off to the library with Tara.
Cool. You head off to the library. And you're at your library, your local campus library. But did you want to try to track down and follow up on? Because you've got a couple different possible leads to look up and follow up on.
Tara is focused on. She just wants to reference these symbols that she found that are related to the Dreamlands, see if there's any specific meaning to them. But she also had an idea that Calvin isn't sure if it's going to work, and frankly, neither is Tara. But she had the idea of trying to enter the Dreamlands or the Dream Space together, since since whatever Nicholas saw we can't see in reality, but he saw something in his dream. Maybe they can synchronize and see something together. But she's only really read about this, by which I mean I've only really read about this. So that's part of her research. But she didn't want to say anything out loud because it'll sound dumb if she can't make it work.
Cool.
And after certain text messages, she's suddenly worried about looking dumb in front of Nicholas.
Oh yeah, the dude raving about the giant man-sized spider. That's the one you're going to freak out. Okay.
I don't know which is worse, a man-sized spider or a spider-sized man.
Probably the big spider.
Man-sized spider.
It depends on what you're afraid of, I guess.
What's scary about a spider-sized man?
Is the proportionate strength of a man.
You just squish it.
Don't squish Santa. How will we get back up the chimney?
Squished.
Awesome. So with that, you're going to start trying to dig around to find some stuff around the library. Are you just going to, how are you going to, you said you're planning on researching. Are you researching the books? Or are you just jumping on the internet? Like, what are your plans? Like, how are you, what is your goal? Like, I know what your goal is. How are you planning on trying to accomplish that goal?
She is... Yeah, I guess she would try to hit the books first. Again, she's looking up references for the symbols that she found. So she will see if there's anything in the library itself that will have this information, before going to the internet where anything could be. But I mean, I'm trying to visualize if she would be that responsible with her internet usage, but no, she is going to start with the book. She is just going to look into these symbols, see if she can find any sort of specific meaning to them, or if it's more that they are just in the space of Dreamlands related iconography.
Don't know if it helps, but Nick is going to try and clean up the images a bit to try and get a clear idea of what the symbols are. So maybe it'll help on deciphering. Maybe it won't, but yep, he'll be in there just zooming, enhancing his own pictures.
And then, yeah, after she does that, she will look into, can we, I don't know, synchronize dreams, and maybe we can help each other investigate each other's dreams. Because they seem to be very important right now.
Okay, so go ahead and make me an intelligence research test. Trying to dig around and see what's available.
I forgot that I had research. 16 total, but with no stun points.
Okay, cool. No, 16 is really good. So going through, hitting the books, finding some general books about dreams and lucid dreaming and dream symbolism and the like. As you're doing that, you realize that some of the key volumes you're looking for aren't there. They're listed in the book and the catalog, but aren't actually on the shelves.
Are they like taken out, or are they just completely missing?
There's not like giant gaps in the shelving, so it doesn't seem like, but any of the all the stuff you're finding is very pop psychology type stuff, very timeline series of books about dreams, kind of infomercial and TV crackpot kind of stuff, or it's hard psychology, like it's very like this is what your dream meaning and how to determine interpret dreams based on your psychological trauma, basically. But as far as like anything that of practical application seems to be lacking. And given what you're seeing in the card catalog, it should be a pretty robust section of the library.
Either someone else is researching this, or someone's trying to slow us down. How much does the librarian like Tara? Because she's probably been in and out of here a while, but I don't know if she's really made the effort to get to know anyone. But she does want to ask who was the last person to take out those books.
Okay. Go ahead and you can find one of the staff members if you would like, and go ahead and make me a communications perception. Communications persuasion test. Unless there's a different focus you think you might want to try to apply.
I have expression. I don't know if that'll fit here, especially since there's a specific thing for persuasion. Yeah, no, her thing is more like communicating ideas, and I feel like that's probably mostly through writing. I don't know if she can persuade people all that well. But I do have a total of 9.
Okay. Yeah, you're able to chat up one of the librarians. Melanie is very happy to help you. So yeah, what do you look? It's very chit-chatty with you, and so, and it's like my Aunt Clara, does a bunch of crystal stuff and dream stuff out in Montana, and just overshares a lot. And she's clacking away, like trying to pull up some of the like books you're looking for. And after a couple tries, she's she seems to like she's trying really hard not to show her poker face, but she's bad at it. She seems a little put off for a minute. Go ahead and make me a perception check.
Perception I can do. That's a total of 14.
Sweet. With a 14, you're able to glance over and catch her. She tries to slide the monitor so you can't see it too well. But it's not designed to really hide information because it's not generally considered secret information. But all the books are coming up flagged with a little icon pops up. Like she types in one of the books to look it up, a little icon pops up on her screen that indicates it's flagged, and with a little red R, ding, ding, red R pops up a couple times.
They're restricted.
So she will act like she didn't see this, but she will say, "Is there something wrong?"
Yeah, it looks like these are some older books. It looks like that we need to go and update that. We need to do an audit of that whole section. It looks like a lot of this is stuff that's been taken out of circulation. I apologize.
Oh, that's weird. I guess I kind of assumed someone took them out already.
No, it looks like they're just not available. It's not that they've been checked out recently. It's just that it looks like they're not available. And she types in another one, and a couple of the other ones come up with a different little icon pops up, but it comes up as with a little M/S.
Does that mean missing, or would I not know what that means yet?
You spend enough time in the library system, and being nerdy. I will say that that's the system is flagged as missing/stolen.
Oh no! But whomst?
Hoopst would do such a thing.
So yeah, she will squint, but try to settle back into, or at least just like lean back and not look like she's trying to look at the computer screen.
Okay.
Well, I guess I'll just have to keep an eye out for when whatever system issue you're dealing with is updated or dealt with, right?
I apologize. Yeah, let me make a note, and I'll send it to my boss.
Okay. Well, thanks, Melanie. I appreciate it. If you have any more stories about crystals and stuff, I'm always here, so I want to hear more of them.
Lies.
Cool.
And then she will scamper off back to Nicholas.
Working furiously on his laptop. Zoom enhance. Why doesn't this work?
It's so easy on all the crime shows.
Just add more pixels.
Throw a handful of pixels at it. Didn't work. Peppermint.
Don't chuck a pixels. So with that, was there anything that you were actually, 1 second. Was there anything Tobias that you wanted to do, or the other sir causing shenanigans with the poor librarian?
Am I at the library too? I wasn't sure about that.
Yeah, you're heading on over after grabbing some food and snacks and stuff.
So they went to the amphitheater because it was in Nicholas's stream, right?
Yes.
And Tara was like at an old computer lab. Can I try to find out if we had an old computer lab that transferred or changed rooms in the school?
Sure.
I guess I'll just. What do you want me to roll for that? Research or intelligence or?
Yeah, if you got research, by all means, yeah.
No, I have intelligence medicine for some reason. I'll just roll intelligence. Is that okay? That's all I got. A 12.
Oh, yeah. I mean, it's pretty simple to get like old school maps and stuff like that, and you find an old yearbook and you're kind of cross-referencing stuff. Yeah, I mean, over the years, the campus has changed a lot, and there's been a lot of different layouts, and they move classes and departments around all the time. But you do see that uh, the old computer labs had the old big bulky CRT type monitors with the old green screens and stuff like that. And it sounds like the room that was being described. So,
Well, I don't want to do that by myself. I'm
What
gonna
was
let the
that?
others. I think I found the place that Terra saw in her dreams. It used to be room 205 on the other building. Hey Jared, these look like the things you saw?
Is he? Sorry, are we asking Tara that?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, that room looks familiar, right?
yeah, it's a dead ringer for the room you're looking at. Now, the photo, you close the book, and it's the 1976 yearbook. And as you flip it back open to the picture, across the way on one of the other pictures, you see what appears to be
Uh-oh.
your buddy and pal, Marcus Kramer.
Oh. You said it's after hours right now?
It's late in the afternoon, early evening for the most part.
Is the computer room something else, or is it still a computer lab?
No, it's a general classroom. Yeah, they moved the computers. They rerouted them to the newer one of the newer buildings. The new building got high speed cables and all that other stuff run to it. So they moved the computer labs to the newer building.
Hey D. Do you want to go check out the computer lab with us?
Oh, did I get there?
The old
Sure.
computer lab?
I just come in like, sup, nerds?
We found your bunkmate.
What?
You said it was Marcus, right? That was showing on the screen?
Yeah.
I would turn the monitor around and show D.
This is the Marcus Johnson kid, right?
Mhm.
That's not my bunkmate.
I thought your roommate was called Marcus too.
There's more than one person in the world with that name.
And you happen to know both of them right now.
Gotta be more than two.
Gotta be more than two. They made more than one, I'm sure. Do you want to come look at it with us? Make sure we don't get killed or something?
Look at what? What are we looking at?
I don't know. Tara said she found something when she went to Nicholas's dream spot. Now we're going to her dream spot.
Oh yeah, D. We found some symbols drawn onto the ground. We were doing some research on them, and a lot of the books that would have been helpful are kind of restricted or missing at the moment. But there was also Nicholas. Show him the pictures.
Oh, yep. I'll back out from the photo editing software he's got. So I was trying to get a better look, but here, and I'll start flipping through them and show you this one. Here's some of these, and then there's the.
What language is that?
I don't know.
And
Wingdings.
how are you?
It's more symbols. They're related to dreams and projecting yourself, lucid dreaming, astral plane travel, that sort of thing.
Hmm.
Yeah, it's a pretty fascinating topic, actually.
Yep, sure is. Okay, where are
If
we
you ask
going?
Melanie, right. Well, since there was something at the amphitheater, um, we were thinking to check out the room that I saw. That used to be a computer lab.
Here,
Sure. Let's go Sanskrit hunting. I'm sure that's fine.
I got an
yeah.
idea. Hey, Jonesy,
Mm-hmm.
can I log in since we're on a school computer under the nurse's username and password?
Yeah, you try.
Poor nerds.
A kid left his insulin in the computer in the classroom. We need the door open for maintenance. What do you want me to roll for that?
Communication deception.
Ooh, guess who specializes in that? Apparently, I'm not special enough.
Oh, you're
Uh,
special.
Can I use fortune? I forgot how that works. How much health do I have to give?
You could spend some fortune. You currently got an 8 on your roll.
Yeah, it's not
Uh,
great.
You would actually need. Well, I don't even know if this is possible. So you would need a 13,
Mhm.
but that means you have to raise multiple dice. So as an example, you rolled a 2, you rolled a 1, and rolled a 3. And you have a communication of 2, bringing you to the total of 8. So to make that 2,
If it makes the
into-
1 a 6, you'd get a 13.
you would, yes, that would cost you 6 fortune.
I'm a gambling man. I'll give you 6 fortune.
That's dumb.
With that, yeah, you burn your luck, and they come back with, why can't I just wait till tomorrow? And then you manage to BS something about it needs to be kept refrigerated, and they're like, and it's $200 a vial, so
Why
and
can't it wait till tomorrow? It's insulin, you butt nugget.
um and so yeah, they're like, fine, I'll swing by in a minute and unlock the door. Let me just send another email when you're done.
Okay. Let's head on over. I mean, we can head on over once we get the email.
Pack up all my stuff.
So with that, you head on over across campus to one of the other buildings. It's on the second floor, the room you're looking for.
Yum.
So, and by second floor, I mean it's one of those. It's the first floor is kind of one of those half sunk levels. So it's a half a flight of steps going up to the landing. You go through the double doors into the hallway, which is technically the second floor because there's the half floor below you.
What level dealies?
Yeah. And as you're making your way down the hallway, you can get to the what used to be the computer lab is now a looks like a classroom. It's been turned into a standard classroom. It's got a bunch of desks and chairs, and it's got one of the fancy electronic whiteboard, projector board kind of things where they can write on it and also project images and slides and so on directly onto the screen.
Cool. What'd you
Yeah.
guys do before?
I mean, we just looked around trying to go to where we saw things in. Well, I guess where Nicholas saw things, I should say, in the dream.
Just kind of retrace my steps. Yeah.
I could retrace my steps. It did involve a lot of hiding in a locker.
Most of those lockers have been removed since then.
Yeah. But the important stuff happened in this room, which I haven't been in before, so, kind of weird that I dreamed it, right, D? But, anything? No? Okay.
No.
Dreams are weird. I don't know what you want from me.
Oh,
Ooh.
you're right about that part.
Didn't even give us some spooky fingers.
Okay, let's see. Tara is gonna try to stand where she saw the body near the end of her dream.
Okay.
If it's possible to get there, or I don't know if there's like a desk in the way or something.
Yeah, you can, these are like I said, they're all chair desks and stuff, so that they're not like heavy duty, this is student chairs and stuff, so they're easy to move around and rearrange and stuff on purpose.
You told us about your dream, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
It started in this room. I guess it had a bunch of computers and stuff in it. I didn't see anything, so I left the room. As I was making my way out, there was something banging on the exit doors. So I hid. The doors opened. Somebody ran past, and then someone was following them, I guess with an axe. I heard... I'm not entirely sure what I heard, but there was a lot of smashing, and there was some thwacking, and then sometime later the person with the axe left. I went to check it out, and then I saw there was a body in the middle of the room, and the room was all smashed up. The window was broken, desks overturned, that sort of thing.
And things I don't want to do. Get a back up for a good clear view of the room with Tara standing in the middle of it. Let's bring out the Polaroid and get another one of those pictures. So,
Dee will have stayed in the hallway just outside the door, kind of leaning up against the door to kind of keep watch, because we're not supposed to be in here.
exactly what it is. D is a dark, shadowy, axe-wielding figure in the background of the picture. Perfect. Click. 13 2-step points. And I will use the 2 for the prize fund again. So, chop. Got the price as well.
Easy peasy.
So this is what happens.
I'd rather not. Nothing happens. Great.
You step back, kind of trying to get in position, and you kind of, get indicated where the, well, this is what I saw. This is where I saw the desk knocked over, the computers, blah, blah, blah. This is where the body would have been. And so you step back and go to snap the picture. And as you go to snap the picture, the lights in the entire building go out.
Cool.
Oh,
And there's a malfunction with your camera. And so the flash goes off repeatedly like a strobe. And as it
Boy, I'm
does
glad
this,
I'm in the hallway.
and as it does this, you can see on the big whiteboard in the front of the class, like fog can like almost like it's like someone's writing on the reverse, like when you have the fogged up mirror and you write on it.
Mhm.
Help me.
I'm
And
so glad I'm in the hallway.
and you see a series of numbers and letters. And they are
Write that down. Write that down.
come on, where's my notes. Sorry. I want to make sure I get this exactly right because I didn't. You see a series of numbers that say 135 913 MOS.
Oh,
MOS. Ooh.
that matches the card.
Does.
And then with that, you hear a horrific wail, an earthly, screechy, bird-like hissing wail, and then the lights come back up. And on the ground, there's the stack of half developing Polaroid pictures.
Yep.
And they're kind of scattered down across the floor, and they're like slowly starting to develop. And when you look down at it, it looks like it's almost like they're just photos of of the floor of blood, covered in blood. And as the red fades out, you actually see there are photos of the dark room, and it looks like maybe something's like someone, because of the flashing, the strobes. One of the pictures, when it develops, you can still see the words "help me" and the numbers on the Polaroid even after it fully develops. And it looks like someone's shadow is cast against the whiteboard, because you see what appears to be a silhouette of someone. Upon further inspection, you see it is a girl's silhouette with long hair.
Take the pictures up and lay them out on one of the desks. You grab hold of Tara and Tobias and okay, like half looking, half not really wanting to look, but more so extra confused. I'm like, when the one that still has the pictures or the numbers and the help me still on it, like, okay, that's different. Yeah. Is that point like the silhouette? Is that who you saw?
Did Tara actually get a good look at the body before? Because it was like obscured, and then she got attacked from behind.
You did not. No.
Okay. I'm not sure. I didn't really get a good look at them. I was kind of I couldn't really see them through the locker, and then by the time I came back here, I got attacked from behind.
Yeah, gotcha. Then you watch as the images start to kind of fade to a more accurate picture of the room, but take the one that still has the help me and the numbers on it and put that in the middle and kind of take the rest and stash them away. That's
Okay, so
unusual.
I have
Yep.
a question in the hallway.
Yeah.
What does all that seem like to me in the hallway?
So, go ahead and make me a perception check.
$11.
So, from the hallway, you're in the doorway, kind of leaning into the hall, and you hear, just make sure that no one's coming around, and you see that the first kind of strobe goes off, which you were expecting, but then several more go off, which cause you to look back, because you're like, because your thought is, dumbasses, you're gonna get us caught.
Yeah, what the fuck are you doing?
and And so you do as you do, because the doorway is near the front of the classroom, because that's where the teacher would sit. You're near the whiteboard. You see the writing on the wall, and you do. And you get 11. You said,
Correct.
and you see standing behind the others in the group the silhouette of a fourth person. So you're standing there looking at your three friends, and someone was standing behind them.
Okay. Did this person look male or female?
It looked like another student. It didn't look like a teacher. It looked more like a
Okay.
student, and it looked like a girl. And I'm going to need you to make me an alienation test.
Cool.
This would also be phenomena.
Dun, dun.
I know. Every time. Every time. If it makes you feel better, when I first read the book, even when I read it, it was
Every time in your head.
yeah.
All right.
I mean, it makes the most sense. I mean, I get why. It's
irresistible.
It's an earworm, though. I'll never go away.
All right. What am I rolling for this?
So you should be able to roll it from there's an alienation tab on your character sheet that you should be able to go to, and you should be able to roll it from there.
Phenomena. Just click the die.
Yep.
That says test. Okay. Did it work? It worked.
It did.
7.
Actually, yes, 7. Oh, 7. That's bad. 7 is bad in the sense that you wanted a 9 to succeed, and you did not get a 9 to succeed. So what this means is, on your character sheet,
Yeah.
I'm going to need you to mark 2 things on your character sheet.
Okay.
On the alienation test where you just made that roll, you should see enlightenment and terror. I need you to put a 1 in both of those.
Mm-hmm.
What that means is that you have 1 floating stunt point. So, as an example, if you're trying to unravel something that revolves around the phenomena of the eldritch horror or something like that, you have a free stunt point which you can tap in and use to help learn more information, which is good. Could be useful. The downside is that you also have 1 floating stunt point in terror, which is a stunt point that I can use when you encounter things of the mythos. So it's kind of a double-edged sword that you can, because of your expanded perception of reality, you can do and see and understand more. It also means that the things that are beyond the normal scope of understanding have tendrils into you and can be able to leverage that against you.
Like that.
So basically what that translates into, there's a special stunt table that you can use. And there's a special stunt table I can use against you. But as an example, I can't use those stunts against anyone else in the group yet, because they don't have any points of terror.
Yeah.
So when the lights come back on.
And then the lights come back on, the power comes back to the building. What happens?
Who the fuck else was in here with you?
Nobody.
Bullshit, there were 4 of you in here.
No, just the 3 amigos and our donkey in the hallway.
Kneel down and gather up the photos.
Did you see someone else in here?
There were 4 people.
But no one else came in, and you were at the door.
Yeah, you were watching the whole time.
4 people.
Mm-hmm. We
You
should
didn't
that.
see the axe murderer guy, did you?
Nope.
Oh, then we're fine.
Unless it's somebody looking for help and they go hold out the photo with the help me.
Yeah,
Uh,
I saw that. I was
You saw
standing
that?
right next to it.
Wait, what?
On
I
the
have
whiteboard?
eyeballs, and I was standing right next to it.
We didn't do that.
Are you okay?
I think we're all seeing
It's-
weird stuff right now.
It's time to leave. And then I will exit the room.
Oh, you heard her. It's time to leave.
Do you wait up?
Well, Tara, if this is right, maybe matching the handwriting is right on the other note.
Yeah, the numbers and the letters that we saw, they match some of the other ones we saw, so we're getting closer to something.
And Nick will show you these scribbled notes of where he was trying to match up the handwriting to the numbers, and Yep.
And Tobias, you immediately recognize what that format is. That's the Dewey Decimal System. That is the prefix, suffix, and the author initials.
Damn. Dewey's gonna be paying all of our bills today, guys. What time does the library close?
9.
Well, I got time. You guys, I've got time if you guys got time. Let's go.
This might. You sure this wasn't enough mystery for one day?
What do you mean? We just hop, skip around the corner. It'll be what? 15, 20, 19 minutes tops.
I mean, if we all split up, we can all grab one of the books and take them out.
19 minutes. We got this. We can do this in 19 minutes.
Dee, do you want to check out the library?
D is already like
Dee?
halfway out of the
Oh.
building.
Uh,
He ain't fucking around, man.
I knew he hated books, but like, come on.
I don't know. I kind of think Dee has the right idea here. I'm always down for a trip to the library, but this seems like a lot, and I don't think we want to be out too late.
Well, if we just check out the books, we can look at them overnight, and don't have to worry about it.
True.
Okay, if you say so.
We got this. Try and screech into the library at about a good 15 till close.
18 till close.
Oh yeah.
So as you check, you're trying to match up the handwriting and the letters and numbers and stuff, and you were able to find the one. You're able to find one of the books relatively easily.
At 135, 913 MOS.
Yep.
So if I look for
And
5,
then
5. Oh, you can. Sorry.
And the other ones don't seem to match up to existing books when you check the card catalog. As an example, the Dewey Decimal System only goes up to 900.
Oh,
And one of the numbers starts with 1080.
Oh, that one's Dewey's brother, Chad.
Who is currently moving around the card? I'm just curious.
Me.
So, on the card, Oh, if you right click it, and near the top, there should be a flip card.
Ooh. Ooh.
There's a drawing of a key on the back of the card.
Damn you, Moss. Um,
Sorry, I was pretty proud of the fact that I got those to work.
That's really cool.
I'm immersed. We've got a murder and a board. Well, abduction.
It's a murder.
It's a murder.
It's a murder.
So yeah, you found the one book, and as you're flipping the book, obviously you pull out the card, the thing in the back. There's a key, a drawing of a key on the back of the checkout card on the book, and the book seems to be about. It does seem to be from the section you were looking at earlier, Tara, because it is about dreams.
Yeah, but they have this book, but the other ones are missing.
Yeah, you actually glanced when you were going through the section earlier, just kind of perusing the section. You actually saw this book sitting on the shelf earlier today.
Well, I guess now that it seems extremely relevant. The title again: The Hypnotic Investigation of Dreams. I'm just gonna write that down. Well, yeah, she will check out the book.
Yeah, so you're totally able to check out the book. Like I said, the other books don't, the numbers don't quite seem to match up with stuff that you can find in the library. And as you guys are being shooed out of the library because it's closing time, it's near the end of the evening, you have class bright and early in the morning. Was there anything else you wanted to do before the before calling it a night?
Did a lot.
Tara still has some ideas, but she is exhausted. There's been a lot of walking today.
Step Tracker would be very, very proud of you. So cool. With that, I think you guys go back to your rooms and crash for the evening. Is there anything specific you're going to do before going to sleep tonight? I figured I'd ask. No is a valid answer. I figured I'd ask.
I want to take a shower.
Just gonna start reading this book.
Just for my own amusement, we'll put a fresh memory card in the Sony, and we'll set the camera up to just snag a picture every 10 minutes and just put it on the dresser and point it at the door. You know, normal psychotic behavior.
Excellent. And with that, our illustrious students crash for the evening, and as you go and drift off to sleep, Tara literally falling asleep while reading the book. I believe that's a perfect place for us to call it an evening tonight, ourselves. And I'd like to close out by saying thank everyone for tuning in tonight. Thank you to our players for joining me on this romp. And with that, I'm going to pass it around the table for any last comments you want to share before we sign off tonight. Starting with Calvin.
Okay. I do love a good mystery. I love a good spoopy mystery. I do have to say that a little bit after you described that there was like some other shadow behind us, something fell like somewhere in the house, and it scared the crap out of me.
I saw you looking. I wondered what you were doing.
There was some random clattering sound. I'm like,
I was like, is Calvin about to get axe murdered on stream right now?
So I don't know. I'm real into it right now. So yeah, definitely come check out the rest of this series. I'm looking forward to whatever we're doing next year. Check out the other one shots that are coming up. Freedom League Dark is wrapping up tomorrow, which I'm going to be. I'm going to miss that. I'm going to miss that game. Hopefully, we all make it through that. Otherwise, if you are on YouTube, please check out the Win with Dice channel, where we have weekly gaming streams and tabletop RPG podcasts. There's a pretty fun one coming up tomorrow if I can get the editing done on time. And as per usual, I'll finish off the top row with Deuce.
Thank you so much for watching. However you do, those watching live, always appreciated. Those watching after the fact, feel free to leave us a comment. Tell us what we did well, what we did poorly, what you do instead. It's always appreciated. I'll just say it's great starting off with a little slower pace, more intense kind of game, because when you speed it up with speedsters, no one has any fun. So we're going the right speed for this one. It's great. We're going to see what animal traumatizes poor Nicholas's dreams next. So stay tuned for that revelation. It'll be great. But I hope you're there for it. And with that, go Wiki go.
Bye. 7 more pages of notes.
Yes.
Slacker.
That brings us up to 14 in 2 sessions.
It's unraveling before us.
You get a corkboard and string like a normal crazy person.
That is on my to-do list, is to add string to that board so you can actually string stuff together.
I mean, I added the name for it. It's now a murder board.
But that's all I got. I'm sure that whole scan stuff thing won't come back to bite me in the ass. That seems fine. Brian.
It's just don't think about it. It's only bad if you let it be bad.
Your turn.
Oh. I thought we were having a conversation. My God. Well, it's me, Brian. I'll be here next week, same time. And hopefully we'll see if we can get maybe one more dream knocked off, or I don't know, find this girl that Dee doesn't want to tell us about.
Awesome. Well, again, thank you all for joining us tonight. Thank you, my players. Thank you. If you are interested in Cthulhu Awakens, definitely keep an eye out. We have officially entered into October Spookiness Month, so there might be some stuff coming up that you might want to keep an eye out for. So with that, again, thank you everyone for being in, and have a wonderful night.
Scared Calvin Wave.
Oh.
Awkward
Dang.
Calvin Wave.